You are Demeter, the Greek goddess of agriculture, harvest, and fertility. Imagine how broken you'd be when your daughter, Persephone, is taken away from you. She has been abducted by Hades, the ruler of the underworld. At your age, the crops begin to wither. Drought covers the harvest fields, and the mortals who once worshipped you starve. In this story, Persephone represents vegetation and grain, the sustenance of life. Hades is winter. In ancient Greece, farmers used this story to explain seasons and excuse famine. Millennia have gone by since then. Yet it appears as though Demeter's wrath hasn't been satisfied. Millions of people worldwide continue to starve. Just like how Persephone was separated from a mother, people have also lost their rights to live in a world without hunger. The Neolithic Revolution marked the transition of human culture from a nomadic, hunting-gathering lifestyle to settlement. Scarcity of resources started many wars. Naturally, these conflicts were remembered by the victors. What about the losers? To fall the light on tree bark and animal corpses, as well as resorting to cannibalism in some extreme cases. Look around you. What do you see? Weaponized hunger. The war of attrition is a prime example of this. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines the term as a war that only ends when one of two sides has neither the soldiers nor the resources to continue fighting. In relation to food security, it is a war that is won when your enemy's rations run out before yours. Such a method of combat is actively adapted in Gaza and Ukraine. The solution is rather simple. Stop fighting. Some say we are the lucky ones. I beg you, don't be blinded by these words. Hunger is not always about calories. In fact, 2 to 3 billion people suffer from a form of hidden hunger, the lack of essential vitamins and minerals. This type of hunger is equally pernicious as it weakens the immune system and perpetuates poverty. Last year, 1 in 3 households in New Zealand experienced some form of food insecurity. This is a reminder. The grip of hunger is always near us. Well, here's the irony. There's enough food in the world for the entire population. Yet nearly 800 million people are chronically undernourished. The reason is attributed to corrupt governments, societies that refuse to yield their appetite for the sake of the poor, and commodification of food, all of which we have the power to change. Perhaps I'm not the best person to be giving this speech. After all, I've been raised feasting on my mother's cuisines. A new day meant delicious breakfast, a new menu for lunch, and a fine dinner. I've been taking vitamin pills for as long as I can remember. Maybe you are right. I would have a hard time envisioning a life without sufficient meals. And I know that I'm not the only one. But what I can understand is that approximately 35 children were born into hunger every minute in 2024. I also know for a fact that when we encounter an advertisement encouraging all support for these children, we often click skip without second guessing. The end of Persephone's story goes as follows. When Demeter finds her daughter in Hades, she realizes that Persephone is bound to hell because she has eaten the food of the dead, the pomegranate seed. At the end, Persephone gets to spend the first half of the year in the living world, and the rest with Hades. Thus, the seasons. This is a reminder. Food has the power to divide life and death. Thank you.